only a teen when I thought that we could be. It's a sight for you and me, and your eyes so bright like the bluest sea. And I felt like you were complete me. And now I understand that this is the start of something new. And now I understand that it will end with me and you. And now I understand that I will always love you. Cause darling, I wanna be with you. Cause baby, our love would always be true. And I'll be waiting for our hearts to be one. And it's rare that I've fallen so young. And when I'm with you, yeah, I feel so free. And through the dark times, yeah, you were my company. There's never lonely days, 'cause there's always been you. And from this day, our love would always be true. And now I understand this is the start of something new. And now I understand that it will end with me and you. And now I understand that I will always love you. Cause darling, I wanna be with you. Cause baby, our love would always be true. And I'll be waiting for our hearts to be one. And it's rare
2 seconds
that I've fallen so young.
One more.
Beauty and the grace, nothing we would change. A feeling that is deeper than the ocean, raging to the sound.
Go. What happens like can we win? I would say so. They don't want to cry.
The whisper of the wind, calling us to something. What if we set out upon the waters, sail till we lose sight of shore?
Does it? Yeah, almost. It's on the side.
The light and the wilderness,
Yeah.
we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are. this is where it starts. The rush of the unknown, awakening these untamed hearts, reaching out beyond our hesitations, knowing how we've come so far. The veil is getting thin, more than just a glimpse in time, speaking to the soul of every longing, calling it to deeper light. The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, and this is where it starts. 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 We were made for all of this. You alone my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, and this is where it starts. It's not waiting in the mattress. It's getting harder and harder to see through the smoke. It's never been easier to overlook. It's getting harder and harder and harder to say these days. But when I see the smile run across your face and the sunrise lights up another day, I believe, I believe. I woke up and my whole world changed. You're the kind of love that gives me faith, and I believe, I believe.
baby. She wore a cap that said, babe. There we go.
Oh, is that the right answer?
Come on, you know that.
Okay.
First right answer.
So the
One
second,
up.
yeah, so you have 5 questions.
Yeah, one question. Come on.
So the second question is, what is MyLan's favorite food?
McDonald's? I know some of you guys don't know. It's the chicken burger. The fish burger.
So give you it's 2 things. It's 2 things, and you have to guess her order for both of them. Go ahead, there's no help on this round.
What is it? Have you heard of McDonald's?
Yes, at
this.
McDonald's.
There we go.
So there's 2 things she orders from McDonald's, and you have to guess.
That she always orders.
She always orders.
Yes.
The egg muffin without the muffin. She loves hash browns, she loves McFlurry, she loves Big Mac without the meat.
Okay,
She
it's
loves
not
meat.
breakfast. It's not breakfast.
It's not breakfast. Yeah, McFlurry. You love McFlurry. McSpicy.
Oh,
Okay, you got 1 more.
McSpicy.
And
Apple pie.
Oh,
Apple pie with ice cream.
no.
Stop
Oh, yes, stop it!
That's like a penalty. You have to do like 5 burpees now because you held. Okay, okay.
I'm nervous.
So what is MyLan's worst fear? We'll give him a hint. If you do some burpees. Okay, 5 burpees for it.
For him. Sony really, you guys? Which side are you?
So it has like 80% to do with the previous question. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed.
Hey, I'm replacing one of you guys for That counts, that counts. I would have said that too.
So number 4. When is MyLan's grandma's birthday?
October 7 and 31. October.
No pause. No pause.
October 8, 1931. October something, 1931.
You're almost there.
October 5. October 2.
Are you calling a brother for a help? They can do 5 burpees
Yeah.
here.
He has no idea. He has no
My guess is your first guess.
October 3.
Almost there. Almost.
You don't even. Want to go back to Italy?
You can keep it.
Top?
Yes.
You've already been to Paris. Lombok. Gili Island.
It's an island.
It's an island. Seychelles.
It's like a word that's repeated twice.
Bora Bora.
Okay, so the second challenge.
Alright, the second challenge is for all the boys. Guys, dance to Baby Got Back. Show us your best
So she has to approve if
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are doing it well or not, and if you don't do well, you have to do it again. So you should just really try the first time.
Give us your best
together.
Wait, it's a song, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the song, Baby Got Back.
Wait.
Needless to say, I keep a check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm leaving a jet. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt. Looking at you sideways, party on tilt. Ooh, certain things you just can't refuse. She wanna ride like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust. Unless I
Hey, so Milan gets to decide, do they pass or not? Or do they have to do it again?
Guys, maybe kids want to look away. But this is the rule, okay? So, oh, this one. So you each will have to take one straw. And then whatever straw.
Oh, there's 6 of them. I know Okay, whoever doesn't get a straw.
Who doesn't get a straw?
You want to go first or last? Okay, so whoever has the gold one is number 1, and then you look at your number, and then
Okay, so tell me what your numbers are. You get
4, ready?
4, 3, 2.
that's number 1.
I think number one.
Maddie, look away! Maddie, go away!
Keep your hip just straight and then just. And then you can go like on the floor like that, like that.
car.
get the real story.
What's happening?
One second. This is how MyLan and I really met. Bear with me. And listen closely, as I speak the truth. I found you on Facebook. Okay, wait, no, I get it. I found your Facebook profile, hallelujah. I was intrigued, I also stalked your Insta. Where I hadn't done this ever, my craziest endeavor. I didn't walk off saying how you doing. Instead I just you at Envy's working. I knew I could use you any minute. So I asked her to go for a run with me. That got me sweating like, ooh. I knew right when I met you, goodbyes on my will come back. Yes, I'd like, ooh. And then you had to tell me you had a boyfriend. I followed you to Kura, Thailand. Despite the fact I was a creepy German. You said yes, you married me with an orchid and crummy. Yes. Fast forward many years. 2 years. That's part. I'm so in love with you, crazy dancing. I'm gonna marry you today at midnight. I'll be so honored to then say my gorgeous wife's new name, MyLan.
There's one last challenge. The inspiring promise challenge. What do you promise? So you have to read. And then she has to accept them. She can also say no, and then you have to get to 3.
3 promises that she accepts.
That you're going to do forever. Forever.
I promise I will always admit when I'm wrong. Sorry. Is it okay? What? Sure. I promise to drink my drink to the last drop and not waste it. MyLan, I promise to always make sure you're not hungry before we start fighting. What? keep our eyes clean and our ears.
Last one.
That's one. I promise. And this day forward, I'll just be my last promise. Whoever comes here, only no more promise. Baby, I promise I will love you forever.
It's been a real long time since I seen you, girl. It's been a real long time. I got scars to prove that I don't need you. My heart knows that I always
Guys, would you like to
do. You and me could never be. We're forever leaving. You and
guys want a drink?
and I couldn't tell you what I needed, but it's hard to speak when you're barely breathing. Does it take a broken heart to find that you're all I need all this time? You and me born and raised under the rain and a western wind. Felt the weight, trying to live up to the say I am. Is it any wonder shame comes calling my first name? Is there any question if I'm the one he left to blame? It's the same fight all over again. It's the same night breaking on my skin. It's the same night when you let me in. You let me in. You let me in. You are the air I breathe. You were the song I bleed. You were the war that I can win. This is my white flag in the wind. Every word you speak is the air I breathe. Feel like a contender, bringing my fist to a pistol war. I surrender, that I need you now and you love me more. It's like an ocean over my head and under the light in slow motion tonight. It's the same fight all over again. It's the same night breaking on my skin. It's the same light when you let me in. You let me in. You let me in. You are the air I breathe. You were the song I bleed. You were the war that I can win. This is my white flag in the wind. Every word you speak is the air I breathe. I hear you calling my name out, name out. There's no running away now. I hear you calling my name out, name out. I got nothing left to say now, say now. But you are the air I breathe. You are the song I bleed. You are the war that I can win. This is my white flag in the wind. Every word you speak is the air I. You are the air I breathe. You are the song I bleed. You were the war that I can win. This is my white flag in the wind. Every word you speak is the air I breathe. Is the air I breathe.
My whole world changed from the moment I met you, and it would never be the same. Felt like I knew that I always loved
I'd just like to say you guys look beautiful, all of you. Thank you for coming. So I'd like to tell you a story. So last year, I followed MyLan on a meditation trip to Oroville, India. As fate would have it, we were introduced to Basu and his wonderful wife, Pallavi. They embraced us into their family and to their home. We felt an immediate connection through warmth and compassion. Through conversation with them and just by watching them, we learned a whole great deal about love, marriage, and hope. One of the things that resonated with us was when he spoke of surpassing the physical, or what he would call the beauty of form, and focusing on the beauty of thought and feeling, cultivating a deep friendship that may require some hard work, but eventually helps to understand each other's unspoken needs. We found true inspiration in their relationship, Basu and Pallavi. Therefore, there was no other more fitting for this occasion to share the stage with us. The first time we met Basu, he was wearing completely white as he was hosting a very sacred event at his ashram. Today, he's again dressed in white for this special occasion, and we are so blessed and honored that he came all the way from Pondicherry, India, to host and officiate this ceremony. Please welcome Mr. Basu. DJ.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were that someone waiting for me. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own. Between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. You heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Just wanna let you know I'll be everywhere you go. So don't worry about a thing now. Let me take you for a spin around. Baate dil mein kafi hai bari. Yeah, she ain't from the Gucci gang, need the Louis V's, no Versace clan. I just mean everything to her, she my lady queen. I'm a Superman. साथ खड़ी मेरे हमेशा, we got each other's back. Always take a stand, never skip a chance. We don't need a plan, she came into my life, now I'm a better man. जिंदगी ये मिले ना मिले दोबारा, I'll always be grateful to have you. साथ बिना तेरे ना जीना गवारा, I can't imagine life without you. I'm high on life cause you're my drug, I'm living right cause you're my love. I don't even need nobody when you're with me, girl, we're just good enough. है जैसा तू, थोड़ा सा दर्द दो, थोड़ा सुकून, रहना तू, है जैसा तू, धीमा धीमा झोंका या फिर जुनून, थोड़ा सा रेशम तू हमदम, थोड़ा सा खुरदुरा, कभी तो अड़ जाए या लड़ जाए, या खुशबू से भरा तुझे बदलना ना चाहूं, रतीब है सनम बिना सजावट, मिलावट है ज्यादा ना ही कम.
We'll do it all, everything.
Dear friends, we are here gathered together to celebrate the union of Lin and MyLan. We happen to meet by chance. Don't know what chance is. It's when the stars align together and we come blessed. To live, to love, are signs of eternal things. It's been there from the beginning of time. We see it in the sea as the waves surge to the shore. We see it in flowers at dawn, waiting for the sun to rise and shine so that they can bear their all to the light. We hear the buzz of bees at noon, hunting for honey, deep down in the heart of blooms. And we hear it at dusk, when animals call out to their mates plaintively so that they can return home. We met actually MyLan and Lin at our farm at the lake. Lin chases sunsets for a hobby. He told me he has to get to 100 of them. But Lin, the moon shall also rise, the stars shall walk the skies, and there'll be a dawn. There's much to look forward to. As you go through life, there will be storms. They'll buffet you. There'll be external events that impact your lives. Take the time to build a sacred space between the two of you, a place where you can rest, a place of quiet, a space of deep friendship, trust, transparency, a sanctuary for the both of you where you love. Why? Because you cannot but love. On that lake bed, in the vastness of the land, the sky, the water, a few birds flitting by, we realized that Lin had seen the pilgrim soul in MyLan. And we saw Lin as a rock from where MyLan could take off into her creative skies knowing fully well that she has a place to come back to, a sanctuary. But we also saw that Lin had bared his all to MyLan, sort of laid a carpet star-studded on the floor which MyLan could walk on. MyLan, tread softly, tread gently, because you tread on his dreams. My family, all of us here are gathered to wish you much love, much happiness. Be simple, be happy, be simply happy. The secret of youth is to remain young at heart. Be always ready to give up what you are to become what you must be. I would like to share with you the sacred scriptures of India. It is called the Gayatri Mantra. It is the chosen formula from ancient Vedic times. What it says is, let us meditate on the most auspicious form of Savitri, on the light of the Supreme, which shall illuminate us with the truth. And here is the Sanskrit version. Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Jyoti Parasya Dhimahi Yanna Satyena Deepayat. Om Namo Bhagavate. And now, Lin and MyLan, you must have something to say to each other.
MyLan, how are you feeling?
Uncomfortable.
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah.
Take my heart. Do you feel my heartbeat?
Yes.
This is the same heartbeat when I first met you. Now I want you to take this moment and take a deep breath. Capture this moment. This is the only day all our loved ones and family are going to be gathered with us. Take a look around. Smell the air. Feel the moment. Just take a deep breath. And let's hold on to this moment. MyLan, when we first dated, the first thing you said to me was that you needed to fly freely and you needed someone to accept you and allow you to fly. Along the course of our relationship, the more we fell in love, you then told me that you still needed to fly, but because you loved me, that you would always come back to me. MyLan, you are the love of my life and the life in my love. From this day forward, I vow to forever be your wings. Because today, our journey to your happily ever after has begun.
Is it my turn?
If you'd like to. But you don't need to.
You know, I've been dreaming about this moment for a very long time. I never imagined how my wedding would be like, how the flowers would look, how it would be in the end with everyone here. But growing up, being a big fan of Disney, I always thought that I would have that Prince Charming come and whisk me away on a white horse and we'd ride away into the sunset together. But instead, here I am, dressed like a horse, standing in front of my Prince Charming and promising to love him for the rest of my life at sunset. And for the first time, reality triumphs fairy tales. You make life the most incredible adventure, and I wouldn't be able to do it with anyone else but you. During our wedding in Hanoi, your dad said something that really stuck with me for a very long time. He said that ultimate happiness is not about finding someone that you can live with, but it's about being with someone you can't live without. And I promise you that this will be the most amazing adventure we'll ever embark on together. It's you and me. Okay.
One second. I have to say something. MyLan, I promise to always make you laugh.
And I promise to always laugh at your jokes, even if they're not that funny sometimes.
I promise, even if I hold my hands up when we fight, I will always reach out with one to hold your hand.
And I promise to always take your hand, even in the most toughest times.
And I promise to respect and honor the sanctity of being your husband and always putting us first.
I promise to always be grateful for you every day.
I promise to always hold you when you feel like your world is falling apart.
I promise to always be able to be vulnerable enough to cry with you.
Can I say something? MyLan, I promise to always hold you at night and tell you how much I love you. Today more than yesterday and less than tomorrow.
Ling, I promise to tell you that I love you every morning when you wake up.
MyLan, for as long as I live, I promise I got you.
I got you.
And now, by the trust and love reposed in me by all family and friends here and everywhere, Lin and MyLan, you are pronounced man and wife.
DJ. Give us a minute, guys. We are husband and wife.
Come and move that in my direction. So thankful for that, it's such a blessing, yeah. Turn every situation into heaven, yeah. Oh, you are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me feeling some kind of way. Make me wanna savor every moment slowly, slowly. You fit me, tailor-made, love how you put it on. Got the only key, know how to turn it on. The way you nibble on my ear, the only words I wanna hear. Baby, take it slow so we can last long.
Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso.
Oh yeah.
Ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firmo en las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro, hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
Si te pido un beso, ven dámelo. Yo sé que estás pensándolo. Llevo tiempo intentándolo. Mami, esto estás mirándolo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace bam bam. Sabes que esa beba está buscando de mi bam bam. Me pruebas de mi boca para ver cómo te sabe. Quiero ver cuánto amor a ti te cabe. Yo no tengo prisa, yo me quiero dar el viaje. Empezamos lento, después salvaje.
Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito.
Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, veo que eres malicia con delicadeza.
Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito.
Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas, pero para montarlo aquí tengo la pieza, oye.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firmo en las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro, hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido. Despacito, this is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming, ay bendito. I can go forever cuando esté contigo.
Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a
Que le
poquito.
enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos.
Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a
Hasta
poquito.
provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
Despacito.
Dance with me, my old friend, once before we go. Let's pretend this song won't end, and we never have to go home. And we'll dance among the chandeliers, and nothing matters when we're dancing. In tatters, you're entrancing. Be we in Paris Paris or in Lansing. Nothing matters when we're dancing.
Hello. Hi everyone. Hello. Xin chào mọi người. Con với cả anh Linh muốn cảm ơn mọi người đã đến để chung vui với cả con với cả anh Linh ngày hôm nay. Một chút nữa chương trình sẽ bắt đầu, nhưng mà xin mời cả nhà đi về phía bàn ăn để mình chuẩn bị ăn tối. Nếu mà có ai chưa chụp hình ở bên photo booth, có thể qua bên villa của chú rể để chụp hình xong in ngay để mang kỷ niệm về. Còn bên bàn hai bên là có đồ uống, nước trái cây hoặc là rượu, bia, cho nên mọi người cứ thoải mái uống. Thế xong chắc là khoảng 15 phút nữa là sẽ bắt đầu ăn tối. Với cả tối hôm nay thì con với cả anh Linh không để chỗ cho mọi người ngồi, cho nên mọi người cứ ngồi thoải mái làm quen với cả khách hai nhà nhé. Con xin cảm ơn ạ.
Hi. Anyway, we'd like to start dinner around in 15 minutes. So we have the buffet set up on both sides. We have no arranged seating, so anyone is welcome to sit wherever you want, get to know each other. Free-for-all drinks on both sides. If you haven't had the chance to take pictures, there's a lovely photo booth over there that will print out pictures for you. If you'd like to take pictures with us, we're right here. You can take pictures with us. Otherwise, please be seated. Hi, could we have everyone please be seated? We'd like to share with you a few words. First of all, thank you. Thank you all for coming here. You guys deserve an applause for yourself. But before I thank all of you, either in whole or individually, I would like to express my admiration, my adoration, my gratitude to my beautiful wife, MyLan. You look absolutely beautiful tonight. I can't believe I married a unicorn. I am so happy she agreed to marry me 4 times. I don't think you can be any more married than that. Super married, as she likes superheroes. Thank you for being by my side, for doing all of this with me, this journey. And thank you for making all my dreams come true and embodying all of that in a beautiful wedding like this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dạ con tối hôm nay con muốn gửi lời cảm ơn. Trước mắt là cảm ơn đến bà nội. Cháu rất là vui là tối hôm nay bà có thể có mặt và cũng có thể chung vui được với cả con, với cả anh Linh. Bây giờ điều ước thứ 3 và điều ước cuối cùng của bà cũng đã cháu hoàn thành rồi nhá. Con gửi lời cảm ơn với cả hai bố mẹ. Con rất là cảm động vì hai bố mẹ đã ủng hộ con với cả anh Linh trong thời gian qua. Con thật sự là thấy là con với anh Linh rất là may mắn là có hai gia đình thật là tuyệt vời và rất là gắn bó và yêu thương nhau. Con cảm ơn các bác, các cô, các chú đã đến ngày hôm nay và các em, các anh chị.
We have more thank yous. I'd like to say thank you to my family. The last time we were all gathered in this way was 20 years ago. You guys all made the way across the world, Canada, USA, Thailand, France, Switzerland, Mongolia, Australia, Vietnam. I am extremely humbled. We are extremely humbled and honored that you are all here today with us to celebrate this special moment. Thank you so much. It means the world to us.
I would like to start out my thank you to Karen and chị Quỳnh Anh. She's not here right now, but it's because of you that I have this dream wedding. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. I love you. I would like to thank Basu. Thank you so much for coming all the way here and giving such a beautiful speech. And we wish Pallavi could be here, but I know she's here with us in spirit. I'd like to thank all of my friends who flew in from far. Sunshine, Kyle, Adam. I'm sorry if I'm missing you, just raise your hand if you flew here. But, and I thank my extended family. Danny boy, I love you so much. You're an awesome groomsman, doing everything that you've done. Also, all of my brothers and sisters. I'd like to thank Derrico and Marianne and my godson who flew all the way from Manila here. Thank you to my bridesmaids. Thank you, Hang and Tarek. Huang Anh, the Jenny team who's here. Thank you, Chi and Clarence and Tuyat. She's the one that made my beautiful dress. So thank you, Em.
I just want to take this moment. This is my day. I really just want to take this moment to introduce my groomsmen. one of which is Cookie. He came from Switzerland. It would be unfair to say that Cookie is my favorite cousin, given that my whole family is here. But let's just say he's my favorite cousin from the 1980s. Dude, we've the Zelda days are over, Nelson days are over, everything, the tree hugging days are over. Look at what we're hugging now, right? This. And anyway, I'd like to introduce the newly engaged Cookie and Esther.
Yay! Woo! There are big days coming up soon, too.
You're excited. Chuck is my brother, my elder brother. I didn't have the chance. I was his best man at his wedding. I was also the only groomsman at his wedding, but I didn't have the chance to say any words at his wedding. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say this. 2 weeks into dating MyLan, I was sitting on the sofa with my brother, Chuck, and I told him I was making a selfie video, and I said, Chuck, mark my words, this woman is going to be your sister-in-law. And he looked at me and he says, we'll see. So Chuck...
Did you see?
Chuck, this is what I want to tell you. You see. Hey man, growing up I idolized you for how cool you were. All the things you did, I copied you. You used to bully me for doing all of that. That's why I wasn't too fond of you. Today, I really idolize you for the son and brother that you are. You're the one who keeps the family really tight-knit. You have 2 beautiful kids, and I admire the qualities that you embody as a father of those 2 kids. Like when we were younger, I am still copying you, doing all these things. Because I idolize you, only difference is I like you more now. Hey, Danny and my brother, I'm finally married to your sister. I'm finally part of your family, I hope. I asked you before if I was allowed to date her. I asked for your permission if I could marry her. And every single time you had one condition, which was take care of my sister. So, Danny, my brother, I swear. So Danny, my brother, I swear to you, I will take care of this unicorn. Mark Oliver is my oldest best friend from the Philippines. He's accompanied me through all stages of life. MyLan and I have attempted to get married 3 times. Every single time I asked him to be my best man. Every single time he booked his ticket and made arrangements. The last time I asked him to be my best man, his only question was, dude, you sure? And I answered, yep. Next day, his flight was booked, and like all the flights before that, it was non-refundable. Mark Oliver, thank you for being here, for being my best man. It's an honor. And Andy, my newest best friend, he was in Germany last week when I asked him. He was hiding out with his family from the coronavirus. And I asked him to be my best man. He immediately agreed. He flew in. So Andy, thanks for being here with us. Those were my groomsmen.
So, my bridesmaids, are they all here? First off, I would like to thank my little unicorn sister, Matilda. I've watched this girl grow up ever since she was a little girl, and now she's taller than I am. But thank you so much. I still remember when we were on the phone with Ling and Jamie, and we asked Matilda to be the flower girl and Jamie to be the ring boy. But then now Matilda, she's too big, so I had to upgrade her to a bridesmaid. But that was not too long ago, and now we're here. So thank you so much for just being here and for being so sweet and helpful the last few days. My next bridemaid is Ha. I met her this year with our Jenny team. We decided that it would be a great idea for us to clean up Vietnam. to clean up Vietnam together. So we got together with Hoàng Anh and Hằng and decided to go clean trash. And she's been just the most amazing little sister to me, the one that I've always been wanting to have. And thank you so much for being here, for coming all the way from Haiphong. I love you. I love you. And my bridesmaid Maria, who I've known for now, I don't know, I keep thinking it's 7-8 years. But since I've moved back to Vietnam, I met her in Cambodia, and she's just been a very constant in my life. She's always been there for me whenever I needed it. And thank you so much for always being here for me. I love you. And Sim, who is also my new best friend. We met earlier this year, and we just had such an amazing connection together. And she's one of the girls that I feel like I really can talk to, and we share so much together. So I really hope our friendship will last till the end, darling. And finally, my most special bridesmaid, Choi. Her name is Hua. But she and I have been, well, Ling, you're not really my first marriage. I've been married before to this girl. So yeah, she's my first wife. We've been best friends for a few years, but we've been through thick and thin together, and I will always love you more than Ling. And thank you so much for being here and for always being a shoulder to cry on. I love you. Mwah. And I do have some special friends that I would like to say thank you to. Sunshine, thank you for flying all the way from Israel here. It's funny because I joked around that you and Nat would be my bridesmaids at my wedding, but I don't think you'd be too excited to be wearing what the bridesmaid wore today. But we've known each other for forever, and every single time I see you, my heart just squeezes, and I'm just so happy. So you and Nat, thank you so much. It really means a lot for me that you're here. Chị Minh Tú, she's my spiritual sister, someone that I've always confided in, and she always gives me so much hope and so much motivation to become better. So thank you so much for coming here. And Kyle and Dee, both of you guys have been very, very important people in my life, during the last few years, and helping me grow and connect spiritually, and feel that I can continue to become a better person every day. Thank you so much for your inspiration and your love. Adam and Derico, two of my very, very best friends.
Our.
Mine. If they had to choose, they choose me. Right, guys? Thank you so much. You guys, well, we're growing old together, so I don't need to say more than that, but I love you. Till the end. And Oppa, thank you. I know you have a flight tonight, so you're going to excuse yourself later, but thank you for flying all the way in from Korea and for buying the dogs all their things and helping out where you can. Thank you. Love you. Okay. And of course, boys, I'll thank you guys later, right? I love you more than anything. Okay.
Sorry, I need to do this. Mom and Dad, I've never done this before. I'd like to say some words to you. Mom and Dad, when I first asked MyLan to marry me, she said yes, because she claimed I was the most beautiful man in the world. But she did not know at that time what kind of man I would become, which is why she was anxious not to marry me, but about marrying me. It was after she met you, I remember, where she told me, she said, Ling, if you become half of the people your parents are, then that would make you already a great man. We both agree that I still have a long way to go, but I am standing here, 4-time married man to this amazing woman, because she believes in the man I can become, thanks to both of you. I have not a single regret, and nothing to criticize about my childhood. You both have been the silent loves of my life. What I needed to live was given to me by you, and with that, I think I have accomplished a whole lot. But why I need to live was given to me by her. And anyway, Daddy, rest assured, you can entrust me to her. Thank you, guys.
So yes, we are very lucky today to have all of our closest friends and family here. So I know you guys are hungry and we're talking too much, but let's just eat, huh? Everybody help yourself. Thank you. Have a great dinner.
Sorry, one second. Can you bear with me? I think my father is so emotionally touched. He'd like to say a few words very quick before dinner. Thank you.
Thưa bà, thưa tất cả quý vị, bà is the grandma of MyLan, and families, friends, relatives. The last part you say is a little emotional. Of course, I want to say something, but 10 days ago, Linh asked me, Dad, can you give a talk? I just gave a talk 2 weeks ago in Hanoi on a traditional ceremony. But I think, yes, I will do, because for me it's opportunity to show a little more emotions. Cái đây hơn 10 ngày, Linh hỏi tôi là bố, ở Hồ Tràm, bố có thể nói vài câu được không? Cách đây 2 tuần ở Hà Nội tôi cũng đã nói một số điểm. Nhưng tôi bảo tại sao không? Vì là cái cơ hội để tôi có thể nói nhiều về cảm xúc của mình. Trong cái môi trường này tôi nghĩ là tôi có thể nói nhiều về cảm xúc. I think in this environment I can say more about feelings. So I prepare a little more than before, although I know by heart. I would like first to thank all of you for joining this important event. But that's some of you brave the Wuhan Corona and coming here and joining, participating on the wedding of Linh and MyLan. For us, it means a lot. Thank you very much. Vì thời gian Linh cho phép nói không nhiều, cho phép cho tôi nói tiếng Anh, mà đến cái phần quan trọng đối với tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt và dịch cho tiếng Anh. I would like to talk first on Linh, how I look at him. And then I will give my impressions on MyLan, my personal impressions. Then I would like to share with you what are the hopes and the wish for both of them. And finally, I will show you a picture that engraved in my head the last 2 weeks. I'm sure many of you, majority of you who were in Hanoi would not recognize it. So about Linh, I have watched you grow, mature, fall, and get up. Advice never needed because you were always your own man. Like your older brother, Chuck, and your older sister, Stephanie, I see in Linh a sincere individual, persistent, and hardworking, passionate, never trying to sham or to harm or to hurt anyone, neither by words or by actions. Linh, he never talked back at the parents. But when it's come to the point that he could not agree or he strongly disagreed with us, he just kept quiet and disappear. You asked me to give a talk but not focus too much on you, so can I say something about MyLan? MyLan is quite independent, tactful, very self-confident. Coming from, I was very happy to listen to Grandma, to Ba, when I met him, about the story of the family. Coming from a very highly intellectual, honorable, and discreet family. May I say something about what I know? MyLan was or is a favorite granddaughter of a famous poet, writer, and short story writer, Mr. Nguyễn Huy Phương. He died 10 years ago. He's a great writer. He was one of the founding members of the Vietnamese Writer Association of Vietnam. I think he loved MyLan so much that when MyLan was 2 years old, he wrote an extra poem for her. He also wrote a lot of books and stories. But one thing I learned, he's also a very good translator, traduction from Ernest Hemingway book, The Old Man and the Sea. He also translated a book of Émile Zola, Jaminet. And I think from there, the grandma of MyLan have this kind of influence. Is a university professor in literature, French and Vietnamese literature. She translated a book, you might not know all, a book from the former president, French president, Valéry Giscard d'Estaing. The book called Le Passage, but she translates so nicely. Một thoáng qua đường. It's difficult to translate the passage. I think you were a little influenced by your husband. Cháu nghĩ bà cũng bị ảnh hưởng ít nhiều bởi ông trong cái tài năng, khả năng dịch. MyLan, going back to MyLan, she's quite independent. 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, my wife and I, we were surprised. Why Linh came back to Vietnam quite often? Before, once a year, maybe in the most 2 years, this time 2, 3, 4. We were a little surprised and we noticed it. Soon we realized it's not because of us. He came back to Vietnam, but because of that lady there. But it's okay, we are happy to have it. In several occasions, Linh told us he went here and there with friends and so on. And one time, she told me, I went to Thailand with MyLan. I think it's the first time I heard the name of MyLan. The rest is only with friends, with all of you, I don't know. And only this morning, when I went to the Villa 8, I saw a poster with so many places they went together. And we did not know that. As parents, we did not know that. The only place I knew is Thailand. And some marathon here and there. So, it's okay. It's okay. But I liked so much when I heard that MyLan went to Thailand and Linh joined her to do some social work with unfortunate children. This is some of the social-oriented mind, what I like so much. This already a little impressed me, but I did not meet her yet. One day, more than 1 year ago, it's a long story, but I have to say because it's important for us, for me personally. One day he asked me, Dad, bố, tuần sau bố có rảnh không? Dad, do you have time next week? I seldom heard this kind of question. Có vẻ khách sáo thế nào ấy. Nhưng mà tôi cũng cẩn thận tôi nói, có gì không con? I said yes. Why? He spoke very slowly and it is his tactics. When he wants something, slowly. I want to introduce MyLan to you. Wow, finally. I was excited and a little nervous. So we finally met in one restaurant in Ho Chi Minh City. As far as I remember, I did not ask you who you are, where did you study, where do you come from, who are your parents, what did they do, what do they live. And spontaneously, we are focusing on 2 topics, have nothing to do with Linh. One topic is on environment issues, climate change, plastic on the beach, waste reduction, waste separation at the household, and so on. And the second topic is on social enterprise, doanh nghiệp xã hội, how to set them up, how to manage them. So we are talking. And the conversation between 2 adults, no age limit, no feeling of hierarchy. We are talking about these issues. I recall Linh kept quiet because it's not his topics. But I felt right away, MyLan, you belong to our family already at that moment. Thank you, MyLan, in front of all your friends here and relatives. Thank you. You are the key factor for bringing Linh back to Vietnam. Something that my wife and I never thought possible. Never. Today, just believe you are as much loved as Caroline, my daughter-in-law, and Charlie, my son-in-law, who could not come in Nepal this year. So you might be interested to know what are my hope and wish for both of them. Both of you seem to be a little different in characters, but physically present a smile to everybody. But physically, they look like very much alike. But somewhere, if you look at the pictures, like brother and sister. You both grew up abroad. You both have a Western education and thinking. But I think MyLan Vietnamese and cultural background is more Angkor because you live more in Vietnam. MyLan is relatively well organized. A planner in every aspect, you see, how they plan. Precise, very straightforward. And Linh, outside of his profession, he liked to let it go. But never mind. I don't think it is a bad thing. As I mentioned in the wedding of Caro and Chuck in Germany, according to the Chinese philosophy, the yin and yang, âm dương, two opposite but complementary to make a unite whole. Marriage is a yin and yang. It does not matter if you are different than your spouse, as long as you work together. As long as you see in each other as the other half of the unity and not trying to hurt one another, I think life should be interesting. So believe in the best in the other and not the worst. Look at the positive side of the other. So I come to a quite emotional aspect. I captured 2 weeks ago in Hanoi. We were 2 weeks ago in Hanoi. And you know, according to the Vietnamese tradition, when the groom came to the bride house and asked for permission to bring her home. I did not know that, but one of your auntie asked my wife, go out of the room. Because according to the tradition, the mother-in-law, the mother of the groom, does not allow to be there to see the bride. There are many reasons, but according to tradition. And I saw Mẹ Hồng. Now I say the mother of MyLan is Mẹ Hồng. Her name is Hồng. Mẹ Hồng came out and bring my wife after Linh brought MyLan out of the room. The photographer was so good. He was able to capture 3 photos consecutive. The first one, the picture, Mẹ Hồng, take the hand of Linh with the left hand, and with the right hand, the hand of MyLan. And the second picture, Mẹ Hồng put the hand of MyLan on the hand of Linh. The third picture, Mẹ Hồng still holding the 2 hands and hug MyLan with the right hand. And she was about to cry. But the most important thing is not the picture. The picture is worth 1,000 words. một bức tranh có thể đáng giá bằng ngàn lời. But in this picture, there's one sentence. I think only 5 or 6 people heard that sentence because she was emotional. She spoke very quietly. This the sentence. Mẹ giao MyLan cho con. I entrust MyLan to you. But let me elaborate why I have to elaborate, because the Vietnamese translation of giao is like delivery. And both of you know very well what delivery is, because you used to order Grab food or Foodie or Grab buy food. No. Giao in Vietnamese has a very deep meaning. It's a total trust and confidence in you, Linh, and also responsibility and commitment as well. By accepting MyLan in your life, you are expected to take care of her, total care. I think you mentioned several times. I do not need to talk about that anymore. Cháu xin nói tiếng Việt ở đây. Tại sao cái phần này đối với lại tôi quan trọng? Vì cái chữ giao, nếu mà không hiểu thì lớp trẻ hay là đa số cái hiểu như là giao hàng, giao đồ, giao đạc. Nhưng chữ giao của mẹ Hồng nói lên làm cái sự giao phó cả người con gái yêu dấu nhất của mình cho Linh. Và cái này là một cái điều, vừa là một cái hân hạnh, sự tin tưởng tuyệt đối, nhưng cũng là một cái trách nhiệm. Nhưng mà Linh and Lan, you should look at this sentence. It's opportunity. It's opportunity for both of you to excel continuously your profession, to build up your financial and physical wealth for your security and a reason for personal growth. Tôi nghĩ là cái câu giao này toàn là để cho hai giai Linh và Lan là một cái động lực để Linh và Lan luôn luôn trau dồi nghề nghiệp một cách tuyệt đối và xây dựng tất cả những cái điều kiện vật chất để cho sự an toàn sau này cho gia đình, và đặc biệt cũng là một cái lý do để mà luôn luôn phát triển bản thân. Đến đây xin cảm ơn anh Việt và chị Hồng đã có một cô con gái, nuôi dạy một cô con gái tuyệt vời. Và đặc biệt nhân đây cháu cảm ơn bà, vì theo cháu biết bà đã ủng hộ và chấp nhận Linh ngay từ những cái giây phút đầu. And for this I would like to thank the father of MyLan and the mother for raising MyLan as a wonderful girl, especially the grandma of MyLan. I think she accepted Linh right from the first hours. Thank you so much. And now, finally, I would like to end my talk. Chị Hồng, mẹ Hồng, may I borrow your sentence? Linh said already, but I want to say, MyLan, bố giao Linh cho con đấy. I repeat the sentence of the mother of Lan. I entrust Linh to MyLan. Thank you very much for listening and patience.
Let's eat. The buffet is on the left and on the right. Please enjoy yourselves. Bon appétit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out for this amazing wedding. I hope you have a great meal. And there's a lot more excitement coming up for the night. But just to kick it off and bring it back to the same mood, let me just ask you one thing. Can you feel the love tonight? Let me ask you one more time. Can you feel the love tonight?
Yeah!
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day. When the heat of the rolling wind can be turned away.
An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. And it is enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. Can you feel the love tonight? Tonight, where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderers that we've got this far. There's a rhyme and reason to the wide outdoors. When the heart of this star-crossed voyager beats its time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? Tonight, it is where we are.
Hello, everyone. So, can everyone feel the love tonight?
Oh my God.
So, to learn more about the love of this lovely couple, adorable couple, I would like to ask them some questions that have been given to me by all their friends here. So, the first question I received from everyone is, when you guys fight, who will make up first? Do you want, which one want to answer? Oh, anh Linh want to answer.
Yeah, me.
You?
Yeah, normally it's always like that comes. But yeah, I've said sorry.
Because like I promised before, I will always admit when I'm wrong.
I do too.
Okay, so he said he will always admit when he's wrong. But when you are not wrong, what you could do?
Me too.
Me too, what's me too?
I will apologize.
You will still make up first.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we are all the witness of his word, okay? Next question. How many kids do you want to have? The parents are very looking forward to their answers, right?
2.
Okay.
3.
So the next question is very related to the previous one. What will you name your kids?
Want to tell the story? We haven't really thought about the name yet, but I wanted to name my one of my daughters ballet, which is like an old Vietnamese word for Paris. So when I was, I think like 11 years old, I made a promise to myself that the first time I would go to Paris would be with my future husband. So I saved Paris for Ling. And when we went to Paris about a year and a half ago for the first time, that was a very special trip for us. So I think, yeah, ballet would be a nice name. Also, because my dad, he told me that was the name in Vietnamese.
Okay, so you are going to have 3 kids. What are their names?
Oh yeah, you can name the other 2.
We'll see.
Okay, so for the next question, when do you know that he and she is the one?
The first time she smiled at me. That's when I knew. Thank you.
The first time I met his father.
What?
Sorry, it's true.
Like I said in my speech, yeah.
You have to thank your father so much for the rest of your life. And one word to describe each other.
Unicorn.
Resilient.
I'm sorry that this seems like a piece of my paper fly away on the way here. So for those who send your questions but haven't been asked, I'm sorry because I lost your question. So I will ask like 2 more questions.
Sure.
Where did you go for your first date?
On our first date, we went running. We ran 5K on a treadmill in a gym up the manor.
So it's in a gym.
Yes.
Okay, and
you didn't even run 5K. You left to go somewhere and came back after I was finished.
That wasn't the question. The question was where we met.
I ran 5K.
Okay. And he watched you run. Okay, and what is his or her most annoying habit?
She has
Really, you're gonna believe that? You're just saying that because your family's here. His most annoying habit. So I have like a little sofa area next to my window, and it's kind of like this. We call it the dump pile because it's on his side of the room. So it just piles up like a lot, and it drives me crazy. So yeah, it's that. But he cleans it like once a month, so it's okay.
I'll work on it.
Maybe Jenny can help him, clean up his dump pile.
We're gonna have a cleanup event just for anh Linh. And yeah, so the next question is to make up for the previous one. What does he or she love most about the other half? What do you love most about him and you love most about her?
Her sense of family is what I love.
I think what I love, well, I love so many things about Ling, but one of the things that I love the most about him is that he is the only person in the world that can feel and understand what I'm feeling and what I'm going through without me having to say anything. And it's the first time I've ever met someone who can, something like what Basu said about the unspoken wants and needs. He knows when I'm sad, he knows when there's something wrong, and the only thing that he does is he just comes up to me and he just holds my hand and looks deeply into my eyes, and it's this unexplicable feeling of not having to speak or say anything to each other and knowing exactly what the other person is feeling.
That's a wonderful question to your husband. And yeah, I feel really touched about their answers about each other. And now I would also want to hear more about your friends and your family think about you as lovely man and woman. So I would like to introduce Mark Oliver to come up on stage to give his words for the bride and the groom.
Okay.
What will we do when we get old? Will we walk down the same road?
Good evening. My name is Mark Oliver. Very pleased to have the opportunity to say a few words tonight. Me and Kuling, we met in 1985 in Manila, some 35 years ago. Kuling was 3 years old, I was 4 years old. We met in kindergarten, and we did part of our high school in the Philippines. We both went to the same boarding school in St. Blasien in Germany. Kuling studied medicine in Munich. I had worked close by Munich. We spent a lot of time together there over the weekends. Going clubbing in Munich actually is where I met Claudia, my wife, in 2007. So Kuling was there when I met my wife at that time. And yeah, we got married 9 years ago. We have two lovely boys, Leopold and Valentin, aged 7 and 4. And yeah, so we go way back. If you ask Kuling to describe me, he'd probably say, well, he refers to himself as Mark the Dark, so he's corny as hell. He's a proper dork. That's what he'd probably say about me. So what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try to make this speech funny or entertaining in any way. What I want to do is I want to give you guys 3 guiding principles that have helped me enormously to navigate through life. I wish I've heard them from a good friend back when I got married 9 years ago, so I'll just shoot away. The first principle is about you as individuals. The second principle is about you as a couple. And the third principle is about if you wish to have kids and if you're blessed to have kids someday, you as parents. Principle number 1, how will you measure your life? This is from Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen, who was one of the most influential academics in the area of innovation management. But he also had a couple of smart things to say about life in general. In his article, How Will You Measure Your Life, he talks about, he talks about how, interestingly, whenever there's a Harvard reunion, a lot of his former classmates come to Harvard and they are unhappy, they're divorced, they are estranged from their children. And interestingly, leaving Harvard, none of them had the strategy to have such an outcome in their private, family life. But interestingly, they had a strategy to implement that, which led to a failure in that respect. So what he says was, especially driven people who are achievement-oriented, they have a strategy for their career, but they don't really have a strategy for life. What Clayton Christensen actually talks about is says, it doesn't really matter what your metric is, but you just make sure you have a metric that you care about and lead your life accordingly. What is an example for a metric? For some people, it can be, the amount of US dollars I have on my bank account when I die. For other people, the right metric could be, how many likes will I have on social media? And for yet again others, their metric that works for them can simply be, how many hours do I get to spend with people I care about? So there's no right and wrong there, there's no judgment there. However, every metric that is right for you requires a different strategy for life, and it requires a different allocation of your personal resources. So how do you find the right metric? That's the interesting question, right? The way I go about it is, I try to imagine a doctor telling me, dude, you're sick, you have 3 to 6 months to live. If my reaction then is, well, this clearly sucks, don't want to die. But if my reaction is, well, thank God I lived my life the way I did so far, then I have the right metric. If my reaction is, I'm screwed, then I need to recalibrate and need to change something about my life. Principle number 2. It's not about the cigar. It never is. This one's about communication. This one is about getting into fights as a couple. Does anybody of you know Sex and the City? In Sex and the City, the main character, Carrie, she goes to have dinner with her date, Big. And Big is in a New York restaurant. He wants to smoke a cigar. The waiter says, there's no smoking in here. You're gonna, the other guests will not be happy with it. So what Big does is, basically he goes up and he asks the entire restaurant and says, how about I buy you guys a drink? And then the whole restaurant cheers and is happy, and he gets to smoke his cigar. Carrie storms off. She's really, really angry, and she says, you're so arrogant, Big. And after things, settle, Carrie, she basically apologizes and says, look, it wasn't about the cigar. And Big goes, well, it never is. Turns out, Carrie was worried about Big's commitment issues with regard to their relationship. So my basic recommendation is, and that's how I do with my wife, whenever we get into fights, we try to think about, is this the cigar? And what's the real underlying reason for us fighting? We try to smile and try to think, to really go down to the root causes of the issue. It's a very, very simple thing, and you may say, hey, look, you got it for some sitcom. But I found that it does work. The third principle is about you as parents. Principle number 3, it's okay to screw up as a parent. If you do, apologize to your children. I'm well aware I'm in an Asian setting here, and I was brought up in a slightly different way as well as what I'm recommending here, but just please hear me out. My sister, she sent me a story about parenting the other day. It goes like this. Once upon a time, I was a perfect parent. Then I had children. The end. It's not only a lovely story, it's extremely accurate. I screw up as a parent all the time. It feels like almost on a daily basis. I'm not proud of it, but it's part of life. Let me give you an example. I'm at work, have a huge presentation, large crowd. A senior executive, for some reason, screams at me. I completely lose face in front of people. I'm frustrated. I come home and I found out that my older son was using a permanent marker to check if it's really permanent, and he started to draw on our oak wooden parquet floor. Turns out, yeah, it is permanent, and I scold him disproportionately. What I do in such a situation is I basically, I explain the situation. I say, hey, Daddy had a terrible day. What you did was not okay, but, me getting disproportionately mad at you, it's not your fault, and you don't have to be dealing with my issues back at work, right? So once again, the wooden floor, the stains, they're just a cigar. What actually put me off was, being humiliated by my boss. So it's really important. Oftentimes we think children are too young to understand an apology. They don't really get it. It's not true. Kids, no matter how young they are, by apologizing, you basically take responsibility for your action. More importantly, you show your kids that you respect them as human beings, and by doing so, you really, boost their self-worth. I want to close with an unedited WhatsApp conversation between me and Kuling. Shortly after Kuling and MyLan got together, I didn't run this by Kuling, so I don't know if I'm getting myself into trouble. The WhatsApp conversation was dated 23rd of September 2017. Me? How about you, Kuling? You happy? Kuling? No clue yet as to where I will be and what I will do in 2018. But I found the love of my life. That I'm certain of. I will marry her. Me? This is just incredible. I'm so happy for you. What you found is the most important thing. The rest will follow. Jobs come and go. Family and love is what matters. Kuling, there are thousands of jobs amongst millions of jobs, but there is only one perfect woman amongst millions of women. Me? That's right. I'm really happy for you, and I'm really happy you feel this way. I can't wait to meet MyLan one day. Kuling, you will. Thanks, dude. Your reaction means a lot to me. It's all moving very fast. I've only known her for a couple of months. 3.5 to be exact. But it feels so right, and I'm a firm believer of when you know it, you just know it. Me? Go with what your heart tells you. Sorry about the wind. In the 3rd month of my relationship with Claudia, I knew that I wanted to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her. Kuling, just following your example. MyLan and Kuling, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Be good to each other, and thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh. I hope there's no tears. Well, hello everyone. My name is Kyle. I come from a country that loves to sing, Singapore. Not that we all, the Vietnamese love to sing more, I know. So, I would like to say I'm biased because I know MyLan first. And the first time I met her was in Chiang Mai. She's just this lovely lady with a very, hyper drive. Like you can just go on to a party non-stop 24 hours kind. And then I met her just recently at the Ed Sheeran concert, and she's already dressing up in a unicorn kind. So I can totally expect what is coming. And then I met Lin, and then finally I got to see him in person because we always looked at your live video, so we kind of get an idea how he looks like, So but to really meet him, it's really interesting because when I first saw both of you, I see you guys talking not with your mouth, but with your heart. And there is a connection. And truly believe that when I saw both of you. And you guys are so endearing, you keep thinking about what each other needs, trying to make it thoughtful for each other. So I see that, and I trust MyLan, of course. If she picks you, I'm sorry, I'm biased again, right? So nothing could go wrong because I trust my friend, right? Whoever you pick, I'll be the one say, hey, yeah, So, like all Vietnamese would do, sometimes I don't have to say it out. So I hope this song is going to be a little kind of like greetings and wishing for both of you. And please pardon me. I come from Singapore, but that doesn't mean I can sing very well, okay? But I do in the Vietnamese way, which is sing. And I sing on behalf of Linh and MyLan to both each other, okay? When the wind is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, he could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel his love. And when the evening shadows and the stars appear. Okay, there's no stars, so, okay, that's it. And there is no one there to dry your tears. She could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel his love. Thank you. Nothing but the best. Sorry, this is really impromptu. I don't have a script, so this is really impromptu, but I really want to do this for you because you deserve every part of tiny bits of happiness and joy. So does Linh as well. If she's in trouble, True. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't even want to talk anymore. Well, those who know me know I'm very bad at presentations. The first speech was marvelous, taught you a lot about life. His singing, I almost cried. Well, I did a little. But we're here for MyLan and Linh tonight. I have to say first, thank you. Thank you so much, both of you. Yeah. For you made 2019 the best year of my life. It has been a wild ride, lots of trash. I saw Linh in action in the hospital, which is a different story for that. But MyLan, you know me, I'm very unorganized, but this speech I tried to organize it a little bit with some structure. So the first point will be about MyLan, what changed my look on her so much. The second point will be about Linh, a deep character about him. And the third point is about love, their love, and how much I learned from it, and how much I believe a little bit more again for myself. So, for MyLan, one word I have definitely for her, and I think a lot of people see that in her, is inspiration. Like, you are a goddamn inspirational person. When I see you do work, when I see you do anything, I look at myself in the mirror and think, goddamn, be like that woman. She does everything with her full heart. She goes in, sometimes also ADHD like me, but she knows how to control it and she gets the job done and she pulls people in. This whole group I met through her and Jenny, and Linh on that, always calm, always in the background, always supporting. I always felt like he looked down on us because we take so much time of her.
but he was always there, which I have to thank you very much. We took your wife away for like almost a whole year. To anh Linh, one word I can say to you is pure confidence. When I look at you do anything, you do it with a calmness and with a confidence that I really want to learn from. You go into every place, you just yourself, you just do it, you know what to do, especially in that hospital. It was very amazing, and I look up to that. It's something not a lot of people can do. Even just hearing from the text back then, damn, you're mature. I learned from that. I noted down some of your verses today. I will use it to my next date, but I think about you when I do it. And then the third point is about love, as in my close friends, MyLan and Linh. You know me, I'm a bit dại gái, and I love many women. And the problem there is, it's because I kind of lost hope in love. I never really believed it. But then when I see you two, I think I know what love is. It's just the pure empathy, as in the pure understanding of each other, going through tough times, going through good times. You learn about yourself, you know the other's mistakes, you look at the good times, and you know that every storm will pass someday. And even today, it didn't rain at all. What an amazing thing. Yeah. I would like to sing, but I think everybody would go home. So I would say encore to Carl. Man, I'll talk to you later. I want you to sing for me. But MyLan and anh Linh, I wish you the best, and I hope to go to a long future with you too. Thank you.
Thank you, man. So, dear both, he's gonna start actually over there.
Thưa quý vị, thưa bà, thưa hai bác, cách đây vào khoảng một tháng, cả tụi chúng tôi có điện thoại cho chúng tôi từ Paris, vì cháu sống ở Paris, còn chúng tôi thì sống ở Thái Lan. Cháu có đề nghị là ngày hôm nay cả hai bố con cùng lên sân khấu, nhưng vì thời gian eo hẹp nên chúng tôi đã phân chia công việc. Bổn phận của chúng tôi ngày hôm nay chỉ là giới thiệu cháu. Cô Linh, du visit. Okay. MyLan, anh Trương nhân dịp buổi tiệc hôn lễ ngày hôm nay muốn ngỏ vài lời cùng các con. Chúc các con. Đây, xin giới thiệu anh Trương.
All right. So I always considered weddings as a meeting point, a unique meeting point of five circles: family, mother and father of the bride, mother and father of the groom, and friends. So this is your unique meeting point tonight. You gathered us together, so I hope you enjoy every single minute of it. Today we become family. So I don't know about yours, but ours, the mother of the groom, we're magic. We got split all over the planet 45 years ago. We get very few moments together, but every time we see each other, we catch up. We catch up all the time. You're welcome to this family. Obviously, it's a beautiful one, and I hope you'll enjoy your time with us. Kuling, now that we're in the middle of the evening, I can say good job. No canceling. Good job, man. So we're proud. We're very damn proud. And I'm not gonna talk so much to you. I'm gonna talk to your wife. So MyLan, you chose the best one in our family. Yeah, she chose the best one. She chose the tallest one. She chose the doctor one. As a deal with my father for him to make my intro, he asked me to mention our ancestors, to tell MyLan what family she's entering. So I'm gonna do that really quickly, 500 years back in time. So 18th century, the Nguyen clan lost against the Trinh in a battle. So they took refuge in Hue. So they actually built a village on the left bank of the Perfume River, which is our village, man. So if you want to come, you can come anytime. So that's first story. Second story is 16th century. We recently found out that we are related to the Mac dynasty. They took refuge in Tai Bin, so it's another village you can visit, just in case, and you're also welcome there. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna finish, and seriously to me, Kuling represents our family in a perfect way. He's good looking, he's funny, he's tolerant, he's compassionate, and he's also very last minute, but you'll get used to that. Everybody who can see, we're together, wonder. We fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell you no lie. All around us, the people, they say, can they be together? Let just me state for the record, we give love in a family dose. Come on, guys. You're supposed to go. First you go, then he goes.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Everybody get up and sing. Our family. Got all my sisters with me. We are family.
I can't hear you guys. I can't hear you.
Everybody get up and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Everybody get up and sing.
Can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family.
Can we invite everyone up on stage, both families? Since we're all one family now. Come on, guys.
Everybody get up and sing.
the most magical moment.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much once again for moving us to tears and just for being here tonight. I'm so moved by everyone.
We will take the time to exchange some individual and personal thank yous to each and every one of you. But for now, please enjoy yourselves. We're going to play some music, some free flow drinks.
We do have one announcement. We had a very special surprise for you tonight. We wanted to fly some sky lanterns, but due to the weather, we tried to do it last night and we failed. So we won't be able to fly the lanterns. Maybe, or Cookie's wedding, Cookie and Esther's wedding.
This was so much better.
Enjoy the after party, guys.